Have you ever wondered why some men over 70 still carry a radiant presence, a cheerful spirit, and a vibrant energy that others seem to have lost long ago? While others, despite being the same age, gradually become weary, sleepless, irritable, and quietly withdraw as if waiting for something inside them to fade away? The difference doesn't lie in expensive medications or intense exercise routines. It begins with something rarely spoken about, yet it holds one of the most profound keys to maintaining health, memory, and joy in life after 60. Reconnecting with your body, genuinely, lovingly, and without judgment. Today, we'll gently embark on a healing journey together, rediscovering joy through intimate moments with yourself, something that should never be a source of shame. On the contrary, it is an essential part of living fully in what may be the most beautiful chapter of your life. And before we begin, if this is your first time visiting Advice for Seniors, be sure to hit subscribe and tap the bell icon so you won't miss any of our inspiring content designed to help you live healthier, more confidently, and more meaningfully every single day. 1. A silent epidemic. Few ever acknowledge the disconnection from physical joy. Over more than 30 years of working closely with older adults, one thing has continually touched my heart. The look in the eyes of many men over 70. A quiet gaze as if holding an unnamed sorrow. These men aren't weak. They're not seriously ill. And yet, it's as though something deeply precious has quietly slipped away. And after many conversations, I've come to realize what it is. A disconnection from their own bodies. A loss of physical sensation, of closeness, of deep intimacy, once so natural and fulfilling in years past. Most don't speak of it. They're embarrassed. They fear judgment. They've come to believe that physical pleasure, intimacy, or even private moments of connection are things only for the young. But that is a painful misconception. When we abandon our connection with our bodies slowly begin to abandon us. Blood flow declines. Hormones become imbalanced. Sleep becomes restless. Our spirit dims. And little by little, a piece of our inner vitality quietly recedes, unnoticed. Yet here's the miracle. That part of you never truly disappears. It's still there, waiting for you to return, to reach for it, not with guilt, not with shame, but with gentle awareness, acceptance, and loving care for the person you are now. 2. Why masturbation? After 60 matters more than you think. Many men after 60 have quietly asked me the same question. Should I really keep doing that? With a hint of embarrassment and guilt in their voice. And my answer is always the same. Not only should you, it's actually essential if you want to stay healthy, sharp, and truly alive. Masturbation, or more accurately, reconnecting with physical sensation, is not something to be ashamed of. It's a natural, healthy way to support your circulation, stimulate hormone production, relieve stress, and keep your brain engaged. Did you know that every time you experience pleasure, blood flow increases to the brain, the heart, and throughout the body, nourishing tissues and boosting oxygen delivery? Feel-good chemicals like endorphins and dopamine are released. Nature's own medicine to improve sleep, ease anxiety, elevate your mood, and even lengthen your lifespan. Neurological studies have also shown that sexual activity, even solo, helps maintain cognitive clarity, emotional health, and memory. It's like a workout for the brain, keeping your neural pathways active and alive. But perhaps the most powerful benefit isn't biological at all. It's emotional. It's about self-acceptance. When you view masturbation with compassion and understanding, it becomes a gentle message to yourself. I can still feel. I am still worthy of love, from others and from myself. And from that place of inner permission, other things begin to heal too. Your confidence returns, your appetite improves, your outlook brightens like a late spring that arrives quietly, but full of meaning. Remember this, growing older is not about fading away. It's about entering a new chapter, one where we learn to care for ourselves with a deeper, truer kind of love than ever before. 3. The harmful myths that quietly drain your vitality. One of the saddest truths is this: Many men after 60 shut the door on physical connection, not because they've lost the ability, but because they've bought into beliefs that simply aren't true. The first and most common myth: at my age, that part of life is over. I've heard this from hundreds of men, former engineers, doctors, teachers, men who were once full of life, now quietly pushing away their natural need for touch and closeness. But the truth is this: aging doesn't erase your need for connection. It only changes how it looks. You may not move the way you used to, but that doesn't mean you've stopped needing to feel warmth, presence, and the comfort of your own body. The second myth: masturbation is selfish or shameful. This old belief is deeply ingrained in many generations, that taking care of yourself in this way is somehow wrong. But here's the reality: loving yourself is never selfish. In fact, it's an act of courage, a way of saying, I still honor the part of me that longs to feel alive. The third myth, equally harmful: I need to conserve my energy, not waste it. But think of your body like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. Your sensitivity, your circulation, your hormonal balance, they all depend on regular engagement, not to drain your energy, but to awaken it. You see, nothing makes you feel older faster than believing you've run out of vitality, and nothing restores your youth more powerfully than realizing you can still feel, love, and fully be yourself. When you understand the truth, the fear fades. And when fear fades, your energy quietly returns, steady, gentle, and strong. 4. A gentle recovery method, tailored for older adults. When a man over 60 begins to reconnect with his body, he doesn't need flashy advice or 7-day rejuvenation secrets found online. What he needs is a gentle, slow path, deep enough to touch his inner self. I call this the recovery method. It's not an exercise routine or a medical regimen, but a series of small, subtle, and humane actions that help you gradually rediscover the vitality within your body. Step 1 is the environment. It doesn't need to be elaborate, just a quiet, warm place where you won't be disturbed. It could be your familiar bedroom, a cozy armchair by the window, or simply a spot where you feel safe to breathe. Step 2 is breathing. Before considering any physical sensations, you need to feel your breath. Inhale slowly, exhale gently, and allow each muscle, from your shoulders, chest, to your abdomen, to relax. This isn't about preparation, but about telling your body, I'm here with you, no rush. Step 3 is touch. Not with any goal in mind, not to achieve anything, but simply to explore. Gently touch your abdomen, arms, thighs, neck, any area you've neglected. Not to stimulate, but to remind. This body is still alive, and I'm still present. Then if you wish, you can continue in your own way, without haste, without pressure, without judgment. Everyone has their own limits, pace, and capabilities. What's important isn't where you end up, but that you've dared to take the first step. The final and most crucial step: gratitude. After each connection, be it a minute or 15, sit quietly, close your eyes, and whisper, thank you, my body, for still being here, for waiting for me to return. 5. Common mistakes when starting the recovery journey and how to overcome them. Many individuals over 60 have told me, I've tried, but it doesn't seem effective. Upon deeper listening, I realized the issue doesn't lie with them, but with the silent, sometimes harsh expectations they place on themselves. The first mistake is expecting immediate results. After years of neglect, the body can't recover overnight. Some touch their skin and say, I don't feel anything. But just weeks later, they report, strangely, I start to feel a small current running through my hand each time I place it on my abdomen. Your body needs time, and above all, patience from you. The second mistake is inconsistency. A monthly body connection session is like watering a plant only when its roots have cracked. The life within you needs regular nurturing, not because it's a task to complete, but because it's a way to gently care for yourself each week. The third mistake is letting expectations ruin the experience. Approaching your body with thoughts like, I must feel this, I must achieve that, inadvertently creates pressure, making everything rigid. But if you enter that space like a child wandering through a garden, with curiosity, gentleness, and no agenda, every moment becomes precious. The final and most heartbreaking mistake is letting shame hold you back. Some men over 70 who've weathered countless life storms still whisper to me, "Is it odd for me to do this?" I simply smile and say, the oddest thing is that we stop caring for ourselves just because others don't dare to understand. This recovery journey doesn't demand perfection. It only requires that you still wish to live a truly fulfilling life. Whether you're 60, 70, or 80, you still deserve to connect with the vitality of your body, not for anyone else, but for yourself. 6. You are still alive and deserve to live fully. You know, what moves me most isn't when an elderly person regains physical strength or recalls forgotten memories. It's the moment they look into the mirror and see a quiet light returning to their eyes. Not the light of youth, but the light of someone who once thought they'd step back from life, now realizing they still have so much to live for, to feel, to love. You don't need to return to your 30s. You just need to return to yourself, with a heart that still knows how to feel, a body that still knows how to yearn, and a soul that still wants to move forward, peacefully and wholly. If someone once made you believe that old age marks the end of physical connection, intimacy, and intense emotions, then today I hope you have a different answer. Old age isn't an end. It's merely a threshold for us to return and listen to our bodies more gently, more quietly, but also more deeply and vibrantly than ever before. Start today. A quiet space, a gentle hand placed on your chest, a deep breath. You are still alive, and you still deserve to live fully. Thank you for accompanying the Advice for Seniors channel. If you find these shares meaningful, please leave a comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss upcoming content. Your support is the inspiration for us to continue spreading kindness to the community.